Bob Newhart. Newhart. Robert Newhart. Yes. Yes, please. Bob! It's Dude! Dude, no, D-O-O-D. No, yeah. 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 How, it's going well? Good! So, yeah, how are things going? We miss you already. Yeah? No, he's sitting right here. No, you're not on speakerphone.
Hi, Bob.
You're not yet. Yeah. It went well? Yeah. Okay. That's no. That's quite the trip. That's quite the trip. Yes. Yeah, we okay, we wanted to invite you on the show. We're thinking about doing a tribute to you as you know, Bob Newhart. Come on. Now I realize what just happened. Yeah, we're fully aware. That's why we want to do a tribute. We are aware of the issues, but we also noticed that you were on Big Bang doing a guest appearance as well after you passed away.
That's right. He'd show up in your Jedi form. That would be cool.
Yeah, you know, he just said you showed as a Jedi. That was the big robe. Yeah, I realized that you just walked out of the shower and showed up on set, but it's so yeah. Who's talking behind you there, Bob? It's very distracting. Sorry. What? What? He's calling me a bowling ball. Okay. Is he this? Okay. Yeah. That's not okay. I can see who you're with right now. You're actually the one we want on the show. And if you could do that, that'd be awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do a tribute, and if you could show up, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do, yes, we're gonna do our intro song, and hopefully you'll be able to join us after that. No, oh, okay. Understandable. If you do show up, that'd be fantastic, and we'll still do the tribute. So you're gonna watch that? Maybe. Okay, sure. Why? Yes. No, it's not. That's not NBC. No, it's not ABC. No. It's YouTube. We're on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. We can definitely do that. If you can reach out, and we'll find a way that you can actually get this and watch it later. All right. Okay. So we'll talk to you. We'll see you maybe. Hopefully. All right. Okay. Do you want to say bye to Bob?
Bye, Bob.
Bob Newhart. Yeah. That was D-E. No, and mine is not spelt wrong. It's just it's the way it's pronounced. Yeah. It's a play on words. Yeah. I realize it's not proper. But it's okay. It's inside gag. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I hope we'll see you soon. All right. Yeah. Okay. See. Okay. Bye. I'm just hung up. Watch this intro.
Two guys talking, saying anything. Nothing new to say, talking anyway. Start yammering, can't hear a thing, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew. Stop talking, try listening, try anything, try whistling. There you go again, saying anything, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew.
That's dude.
That's dude.
And welcome to
Lazy Boys Night. Ah, yeah.
Ooh, look at this. I must say, this can is incredibly bright and pink. What are we drinking? Ooh, it's Mimosa Sour Ale from Cowbell Brewing Company.
Nice.
You know, we had recently on our Canada Day episode, we had the Mimosa, which is a mimosa with beer. I think Cowbell just said, you know, we'll mix it for you.
Yeah. So this is even lazier.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to mix.
You don't even have to mix.
Crack her open.
Even lazier than what we did. Phone. So, do you want to do this first?
To Bob.
To Bob, we salute you. Oh, I'm on vacation.
It's a Mimosa.
I'm on vacation right now.
It's a Mimosa. It's a mimosa with beer.
This is a therapy Thursday.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on vacation.
Thank you, Cowbell Brewing Company. You nailed
That's
it.
very, very nice.
So it's great because mimosa, you know, I feel it's a little fancier to pay tribute to a fallen legend, not star, a legend. Now I personally first I want to thank you that little. Phone bit homage to Bob to begin with. If you're not familiar with Bob Newhart's early work as a comedian, he wasn't your standard stand-up comedian who tells jokes. He would do a lot of monologues and one-man sketch bits. And his phone conversation, his one-sided conversations were just hilarious. And I think that was just a beautiful, beautiful homage to the man.
So, who was in the background talking? It was Don Rickles.
Oh, hockey puck!
So Don Rickles was his best friend.
Yep.
And they couldn't have two people with senses of humor that could not be more 180 from each other. But regardless, it was a little shout out to Don Rickles as well. Huge fan. But today, we're doing a tribute to Bob Newhart.
Yeah. In case you missed the news, last week, he passed.
We forgot to say that, didn't you?
Age 94, Bob passed away. Much to the chagrin of the entire world. Like I said, comedy legend. Mostly known for his work on The Bob Newhart Show. And then Newhart. Afterwards, he was more of a guest star on other pieces or film. He was Papa Elf on Elf with Will Ferrell.
Right.
You mentioned The Big Bang Thing. He had guest appearances there. And
Professor Proton,
Professor
Big Bang.
He was actually on an episode of Young Sheldon because you could see when Young Sheldon was watching TV, it's Professor Proton, so they brought him back.
Yeah,
but the man was everywhere, and he was just kind of like almost one of the patron saints of classic TV comedy.
He essentially had an amazing career on albums like LPs in the 60s.
Dude, throw a few covers here.
So, interesting thing on his very first album, like first comedic album, back in the day, not the Academy Awards, the Grammys.
Yeah.
The Grammys did not have a comedy category. So, Bob Newhart, first album out, actually won for Best New Album overall.
So he beat all the rock stars and of the era.
Frank Sinatra was one of them that was nominated. So imagine you're new on the scene, you have a comedy album.
And you beat up Frank Sinatra.
You must have been scared
Oh, man.
But he actually won in 3 different categories his first time out. That album blew up. It was unreal. And you have to remember, folks, there was a time where comedy albums was the rage, like the 60s and 70s.
If you couldn't go see them do their stand-up bit, and like YouTube didn't exist, you had to be a huge name to have a TV special like Bob Hope. So all the new starters, they didn't have that. So what did they do? They put out their album. Yeah. George Carlin started that way, and I have
George Carlin albums. I actually do have the Bob Newhart albums, and I actually had, fun fact, folks, back in the day, when the Walkmans first came out.
Oh my God, you just dated yourself.
No, I didn't. You have no idea. Don't put the date down. So, I would actually listen when I would take the bus, I would actually listen to Bob Newhart.
That's
almost
awesome.
nobody our age had they knew who he was. He was still a big star.
He was a big TV star by the time
But
when
he
we were
had-
young. Yeah, he was a big
You got to
TV
figure
star.
this guy. Like in the '60s, he owned comedy
Oh yeah.
albums, and then he hit the '70s when he had the Bob Newhart show, and then the '80s
he had
came around,
Newhart. And then in the 90s, he had a short-lived show called Bob. He went Bob Newhart show to Newhart to
Yeah.
Bob. Bob didn't do as well as the other two.
No, but you know what he was doing in the '90s? That was huge. '80s, '90s, into the both of them. He was actually the guest host for the Tonight Show.
Oh, this is true.
And he
Tonight Show back then was
I don't know
Johnny
if he holds
Carson.
the record or
This
not.
is before Leno. This is before all the modern ones. But yeah,
But he's one of the hosts
Oh, yeah.
that's like he's hosted over 80 sometimes. Just that's unreal. Like if you think of how many episodes actually play in
I
one
played
year,
5 nights a
80 is
year,
a lot,
5
man.
nights a week.
So yeah, he's had an incredible career.
What I love about Bob is let's go back to the early career. Like I said, he did a lot of one man
yeah.
sketch bits, and like monologues. Usually, you're telling a story, but he'd actually do a sketch with somebody who's not there, kind of like on the phone. So you have to fill in the blanks. One of my favorites beyond that is the one where he's the driving instructor. That one is just so he's just sitting on a chair and he's got his glasses and his little clipboard, and he's talking to this nervous driver who's not there. So you just get one-sided reactions from Bob, and it was like peeing your pants funny.
If when you're done with this episode, do yourself a big favor. Just put in Bob Newhart, and just start watching when he's a guest on any talk show.
Oh yeah.
When he's doing any of his stand-up, any clips from his shows, it's unbelievable. His sense of humor and his timing is unparalleled, and
He
his
also-
style.
He had a he had a way of presenting
That.
things, the way he would speak and such. You know, it was he had this little thing. I'm trying to do it right now. The stammer.
The stammer
It
is
was-
something everybody remembers.
It was his signature delivery, and it was
Because
just
you're always waiting for the way he would kind of, like what I was doing on the phone is.
and then he'd zag instead of zig. Sometimes he'd do.
Oh
Whoa.
man.
Now, I first got introduced to the world of Bob Newhart. I was a little too young for the Bob Newhart show. I really got to know Bob during Newhart.
Yeah, the Bob Newhart show, I saw it in syndication.
Yeah.
I would watch it as much as I possibly could, because I had seen him do stand up, and I had seen his actual in syndication. See the Bob Newhart show. I actually knew him when they started off Newhart. I was like, I could not wait for that show, man.
Yeah, Newhart was right when we were teenagers.
Ah,
Prime
you just
time.
dated yourself.
Prime time, and Newhart today goes down in history as one of the greatest series finales ever filmed. If you
People still talk about it
they
today.
still talk. Well, here's the thing. In case you don't know, it's not really a spoiler alert because this thing came out in the 80s.
Can we actually
But-
show a clip of it? Okay, he'll describe it.
So
If we can, we'll show you a clip.
at the end of the Newhart series, first of all, he's a guy who runs a bed and breakfast in Vermont, and everybody around him in this small town, they're all a little wackadoo. He's like the only sane voice of reason in here.
Him and his wife.
But at the end, everybody's in his inn, arguing and all this, and they'd open a golf course or something. A golf ball comes sailing in through the window and smacks him in the head, and he passes out. And then when he wakes up, he's in bed, but with his wife from the Bob Newhart show before. And he's like, honey, I had the strangest dream. Oh my God. And he starts describing, and it's as if the entire Newhart series was a dream from the character from the Bob Newhart show. And that went down as history. But you know, it was so good that it's been emulated since. Have you ever watched Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Bryan Cranston, Breaking
Yes.
Bad, Heisenberg, badass character. Before Breaking Bad, he was the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. He's this hapless, lovable
That was an
twit.
awesome show too, man. Malcolm in the
And
Middle.
Breaking Bad actually filmed an alternate
Oh my
ending
God, yes,
where they did
that's
the same thing. Because Heisenberg gets shot at the end, and then you see him wake up as Hal from Malcolm in the Middle next to the wife. Is, oh honey, I had the most horrible dream. I was this drug dealer and I was doing all. And you're like, oh my God, homage to Newhart. It was, it's legendary, and that was all the mind of Bob Newhart. Oh, missed the man already.
It doesn't matter on what show, under what condition, or whatever. Even if you've seen it on Big Bang, the way he plays Professor Proton But that character, and again with his delivery and his comedic timing with all that young cast, that young cast was must have been besides themselves to be able to work with a legend like that, and to have that comedic timing.
But you'd see his delivery. He was just like exasperated. Why am I here? Why? You know. And it's like, oh, Sheldon dragged me here again. Why am I wearing this robe? It's itchy. It's just it's so damn.
But with the robe, I saw an interview on Entertainment Tonight where they're interviewing him because he was back on TV.
Yeah.
So they went on stage and he had an interview with him between takes and stuff like that. And he's actually wearing the Jedi costume. And they're asking him about I just came in from home. They're apparently going to bring me the wardrobe to dress for the shoot. It's just the way he's looking at his clothes. It's like he's like uncomfortable because he's wearing his bathrobe. But just that kind of delivery is, oh my god, he will definitely be missed. But he left so much behind. Take the time; it's worth it just to laugh.
He was an influential factor of comedy. Yeah. He wasn't just a great comedian. He was a pioneer, groundbreaker, and a lot of people emulate his style, or at least try to capture that kind of genius. It was he was one in a million.
And the clean comedy.
Oh yeah, you didn't have to be vulgar at all.
The way he was able to pull off that clean, people that have clean comedy impress the hell out of me. Just because it's so.
I thought you were gonna say impress the shit out of me.
I was gonna say impress the out of me. But so just to be able to not drop constantly F-bombs and all their other kinds of bombs you could possibly drop, and it's just that comedic timing, delivery, it was 100% natural, but he actually worked at it. For him, when he decided that that's what he wanted to do, because that's his personality. What you see on stage, he's like that at home too, apparently, from what I've heard.
We haven't met him, we can't tell, but apparently.
But apparently, that's what he's pretty much the way he is at home. So you can imagine having somebody being that funny just naturally. And it reminds me a lot of the character of Chandler Bing in Friends, where you have Matthew Perry. It's him.
Yeah,
it's him. So when Bob Newhart would play those different characters, it was still him, his comedic delivery, his timing, and everything else. There would be little nuances in personality, but it was still... comedic wise, it was still 100% him, and he had looked at the greats and how they delivered and how they would write punch jokes, punchlines, and how their jokes would roll and why people laughed at a certain place or not. So that
he studied his craft.
So that timing he has is not by mistake. His himself, he's natural, but the way he created the comedy and how he delivers it was a study, and you could not. He was
one of the great.
Unreal.
What I like to say is he's one of the great straight men without needing the partner, because he could say the most absurd things.
We were the partner.
We were the partner, and he'd just be so serious about it, and just accept it as it, no matter how ridiculous the situation, or if he is supposed to be flummoxed, it's scripted that way, but it's not like what he's just like.
It was unreal.
And just roll with it. And he was the perfect straight man without needing the bumbling sidekick. Oh my God! I'm gonna get a little misty. So
July 18th, 2024, the world lost Bob, but he's always there, always available. And if you ever need a laugh, after you've watched one of our episodes, of course, not that we're going to make you cry, but after you want to laugh more, you want to continue having a good time, or you're just in the dumps that day and you just want to have a blast, just type in Bob Newhart, check it out. I can guarantee you'll laugh. At the very least, you'll chuckle.
Thanks for the laughs, Bob.
Salute, Bob. Cheers. We'll see you next time.